Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm junk journaling, so come on along. This is finishing up my Boho Trash and Treasures Cosmic Smash Book, Part Sank, and I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm thinking about, I don't know if I can find something very, very, very flat to put on these two, the beginning of the second signature and the end of the first signature with no embellishments. Maybe just some kind of picture, very flat there. I don't know what I'm doing here. And I'm thinking about trimming this and gluing it down and just putting a picture on that page. And I'm making a page over here, and this book is too fat. One reason I had to get rid of the diorama that was on the back here was the plastic cover, and I was afraid when I was, whoops, like that, afraid when I was putting things in and pressing down on these pages that I was going to crack my diorama. So I took it off. Okay, back here. So what I was thinking was this little piece of scrap material. And we got the orange and the teal, kind of matches that there. And I have a picture of, let's see, this is me and my Aunt Fanny Hortense and my little sister back in 1981, maybe 1980 or 1981. Actually, I think it was 1980, I think. And we are at an amusement park in Virginia, and we are stomping grapes with our bare feet. And we're holding up a bunch of grapes in our hands right there. And it says La Festa Italiana. So I was going to put that here. It has nothing to do with anything else in this journal, but that's okay because I had some trash. And I saved the label off the jar of sauce, Tutoroso. And Mr. Possum likes his good seasons, zesty Italian. So I'm going to put that on the page somehow. Maybe not the whole thing, maybe just zesty Italian or something. So I know it's hard to see because this journal is too chunky, All right, so I'm just going to glue these down, and I'm going to do something with this page over here, which might entail getting rid of this because I have too many pages. I finished up this page, and this was Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, Virginia, 1980. And this top pieces are from the Good Seasons Italian dressing label, Zesty Italian, and you make it fresh. And here we are stomping on the grapes to make some wine. At the bottom of the page, I have my Tutoroso pasta label. And I did a little journaling way down at the bottom here. And I'm not going to add any more embellishments until I get something on every page and then see how much room I have left to close the book. But what I did was I hopped from here back to the first signature, and I did several pages. So first, let me tell you about the poppies. This is my new little poppy plant. You can see how small it is. When I bought it, it had one flower on it, but the petals have already fallen off, and it's going to make a lovely little seed pod. But since I planted it a few days ago, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more buds. And this is a bright orange poppy. I was driving down the highway one day, and I saw a whole border of poppies, bright orange poppies, and I was like, oh, I gotta plant some poppies. So I went right away to the store and bought this plant, and I hope it does well here. I did have some coneflowers here, and they didn't survive. but the Shasta daisies came back, and I've got 2 of those. I think that's black-eyed Susans down the end, and behind me is some periwinkle, which gets a pretty little blue flower, but that's already bloomed. So on this page, I just did a little bit of journaling. Last week in May, bright orange poppies are in bloom, and so I just had to go plant one. And I just put a little piece of orange scrap paper, a little piece of material that I had left over from another page, and I had these beautiful poppy stickers that were gifted to me, and that's all I put on this page for now. Oh, a couple little butterflies, and I may come back and add something, like I said, after I get something on every page. And across from it, it's kind of a funky page here with different things on them, kind of eclectic. But this is the beach rose from Rocky Neck State Park, and I was watching the bumblebees on the beach roses. They smelled so good. So I brought one home and dried it in the microwave, and that's in another video, and then put it down with some Mod Podge on this green striped paper for background. And this is a very old picture, I don't know, early 1980s, of my niece down in Florida, and I just journaled Rocky Neck State Park, Beach Rose 2021, that's this. And this goes with that, even though this is like many, 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 many years ago. And I thought this was cute because some of the beach stickers that I was gifted had these sort of pinky peach-ish sunglasses, and it reminded me of the sunglasses she was wearing in the picture. So I stuck those on there with my beach rose. So this spread, 2 pages done. And I did another spread back here. This one's very simple. I might come back and do something else on this page, but we'll see. So on this side, I glued 2 advertisements from my 1892 magazine. A Spring Thought. Patience is one of the best of virtues, and it talks about soap for spring cleaning. And down here was a little article about more soap, Pauline soap, and the woman underneath this picture is very tired, so she makes her husband a frugal meal because she's so tired from her spring cleaning. And then over that, I put this picture, and this is my mom many, 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 many years ago with her babushka and her broom, and she's doing some spring cleaning. And oops, much junk here. And I added this little pink bow from this little die cut. And what I did was I backed it on some paper, and I put 2 little ties hanging down. That's not part of the die cut, I just added that on. And I kind of scribbled on it with a pink gel pen, just because I felt like it. And I wrote her name there, Margaret. Oh, and I put some Mod Podge on top of the picture. This is just a printout on white cardstock. It's not photo paper, so I put a little Mod Podge on there. Make it look more like a photograph. And across from that is her sister, my Aunt Fanny Hortense. And this is another very old picture. But it's just like such a romantic picture. Look at the lighting on that. Reminds me of an old movie. An old romance movie. And so I cut out a picture of a man and a woman from my 1892 magazine, put it down with some glue, put some Mod Podge on top. I thought that was very romantic, and I thought this picture was very romantic. So far these pages are pretty flat. I may at the end come back and add embellishments, but I want to get something on every page. So now the entire first signature is done. Oh, and I did this page too. Sorry. So May 24th was National Brothers Day, and I thought this was so funny when I Googled to see which day it was. It came up with, call your brother and tell him you love him even though he'll say you're weird afterwards. I thought that was so funny. And Forget Me Not, these are some seeds Dolores gifted me, or somebody gifted me. And I'm so terrible about remembering. And I don't have very few pictures of both of my brother in the same picture. And my brother Ronnie and my brother Marty and Aunt Fanny in the middle. And down here I put a sticker from the Dollar Tree that says family. And this frame came too. It was a really nice pack of stickers from the Dollar Tree. And they're kind of like metallic looking. And it had family and it had a little frame around it. Kind of puffy and metallic-y. So I added, before that I put this little piece of fabric, and then the seed pack, Forget Me Not, and family, so you remember to not forget your family. It's important to remember your family. Forget Me Not, family. And my two brothers. And I think that's it. So actually I did the Italian page. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I did 6 pages. So in the first signature, all I have left is one more page, and I was going to put something very flat there. So I'll be right back. I think I'm going to make this last page about the Jack-in-the-pulpit. I've got one blooming in the yard. And these are the little Jack-in-the-pulpits that I transplanted here last year. And I think they're spreading because here's a little baby one. And I know they have 3 leaves, but they're not poison ivy. And here's the little blossom. And this is little Jack inside here, and this is his pulpit. And usually the younger ones, the smaller ones, are like all male. So it probably won't get berries. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little ones here. So hopefully my patch will grow, and maybe someday I'll get a big female one with beautiful red berries. Okay, I'm going to take a page out of The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden. Love the illustrations in that book. And this is in the UK, but this is a wild arum. And one of the common names for this is also a Jack-in-the-pulpit. It's somewhat related to our Jack-in-the-pulpit. As you can see, very similar the way it grows. So I'm going to use this as the background on my page, and I'm going to add this, and I'm going to do a little bit journaling. Oh, and another name for this is dragon root. Kind of like that, dragon root. I might write that down too. Okay, very, very simple page. Like I said, once I get something on every page, I may come back and add just a little bit, if there's any room in this book. And there's my Edith Holden illustration of the UK Jack-in-the-pulpit, and just a vintage botanical drawing of the US Jack-in-the-pulpit. Oh, I was going to write down dragon root. Okay, I'm going to do that right now. And there I put down dragon root, and it's called a dragon root because in the little corm, or the little root, the tubers there, it's full of calcium oxalate crystals, which if you eat this causes a severe burning sensation in the mouth. So I wouldn't eat one of these if I was you. Well, I put a little piece of material, because this was sitting on the desk here, as a little background for that. Oh, and there's just one more thing. That page that was here in the middle, where is it? I cut it out. That was here. So that's 2 pages I don't have to do. And I left a little strip here because it's sewn in and I don't want to pull it all the way out. And I just covered it with a little bit of washi tape, a little bit of pink marble washi tape way down in there. So, first signature done. Yay! I might go add details later on, but I'm going to work on this one now. And I think I've got about 5 pages here, 7, but I'm going to do the same thing back here. Probably put this card over there and take this last page out or something. I can't take this out because it's got my bugs on it. Although I could cut it and glue it over here. Alright, so I'm going to work on taking 1 page out of here and finishing up a few more, like 4 or 5 of these, and then I'll be done. So I will be back again for another part of finishing this boho journal. And I was hoping not to make it any fatter, but it did get fatter. And Mr. Possum was laughing at it. He wanted to give me a strap with a buckle to hold it together. But it's still not too bad. Still not too bad. I mean, it's awful, but it's not too bad. And I do need to finish it up. I probably won't go through and add any more things. Just a couple of flat pictures and that's it. Be done. Start a new one. Thanks for coming along today. Happy junk journaling. Bye-bye now.